Live from Red Zone Weather, this is a severe weather alert.
A new tornado warning just coming on the board for southern Covington County in south central Alabama. This is a tornado warning that's going to be on the board until 2 o'clock local time. It's 1:20 p.m. and this is a tornado warning for areas near and just south of Oneika in Covington County. A large area of circulation has intensified, and the Weather Service has opted to issue a new tornado warning for southern Covington County. In addition, we have another tornado warning out ahead of it for parts of Coffee and Geneva counties as well. So your possible tornado at this point is right now very near or just to the south of Green Bay along the US Highway 331 corridor in through here. Again, this is a supercell thunderstorm. In addition to the tornado threat, this storm also could be producing large hail in areas just south of Oneika. And the Weather Service is actually just sending a message indicating that there's a very high likelihood that this circulation center on radar is producing a tornado in areas just to the south of Green Bay here in Covington County. This is likely right in through here, moving just like that. So this is very quickly going to cross into Geneva and Coffee counties, but not before being an imminent threat to areas near Oneika and Green Bay. This is going to pass north of Florala, north of the airport most likely. Possible tornado in through here, in addition to the risk of very large hail in the southern part of Covington County. This is the only tornado warning that we have on the board as of 1:22 p.m. We do, however, have other severe thunderstorm warnings across the region, and I promise before we leave you, we will talk about every single one of those. But again, this is a situation where we have an urgent call to action for southern Covington County. Let's zoom out and show you the whole county as it stands right now, because Covington County is a very large county over here in south central Alabama. Andalusia and Opp. If you are at Andalusia or Opp, this has nothing to do with you. All right, so those two communities are a-okay. Getting a new alert, I should say. This is going to be a severe thunderstorm watch. So a lot going on this Saturday afternoon. We've had a lot going on really over the last 18 hours or so. But again, the main call to action right now is southern Covington County. And let me stress as well, Florala, Carolina, areas near Wing. All those areas are not involved in this tornado warning polygon. This is strictly for areas near Oneika and also near Green Bay in Covington County. Possible tornado going to move near or perhaps just to the north of Samson. This could be a big deal for places like Kinston in the southwestern corner of Coffee County imminently. So if you know someone at Kinston, call them and let them know that there is now an active tornado warning in effect for the next 15 or so minutes until this clears out into Coffee and Geneva counties. And again, we've come on the air this afternoon to let you know about this tornado warning for areas near Oneika and Green Bay in Covington County due to this possible tornado. And looking at our NWS chat feed here, the Weather Service is noting that there's a very high chance that this storm is probably producing a tornado. In fact, I'll be able to show you this more clearly on our iPad display if we can get that source up and show you where this circulation center is. Again, you're looking at southern Covington County in through here. This is US Highway 84. No part of 84 is involved in this tornado warning. However, we do want to call no travel at this point on US Highway 331 extending from Opp all the way back down to Florala. That is the stretch of US Highway 331 involved in this active tornado warning. Here's the velocity view on it. And again, you're looking at Covington County. Your circulation center is going to be right in through there, all right? And this is just to the south of Opp. This polygon, again, has nothing to do with Opp. If you're in Opp, you are not involved in an active tornado warning, but areas out to the east like Kinston, Samson, also Enterprise. If you are in Enterprise or you know someone in the big city of Enterprise over in southeast Alabama involved in an active tornado warning, parts of Coffee and Geneva County out ahead of this system. I'm going to hand you that, joined alongside executive producer Bruce Thompson. If you would take me back to LD1, we've got a new situation to tell you about in terms of our watches and warnings. Again, an ongoing tornado warning for Covington County. In addition, though, we now have 2 more severe thunderstorm warnings in progress for a lot of counties in through here. But keep in mind, these are polygons. Storms are small, polygons are small, counties are large. But the northern part of Mobile County, southern Washington County, southern Clark, northern Baldwin, northern Escambia County, Alabama, southern Monroe, and much of Conecuh County involved in active severe thunderstorm warnings this afternoon. And these storms are going to be more of a hail threat. Wouldn't be surprised if this storm currently coming into areas near Uri and McGargle along Alabama Highway 21, wouldn't be surprised at all if that storm is producing quite a bit of hail, perhaps up to the size of a quarter, coming into areas near Uri. It doesn't look like much on radar, but if we show you the vertically integrated liquid, in other words, VIL product, which is what we use to see hail cores in these thunderstorms, you'll be able to see more clearly that this storm indeed very well could be producing large hail coming into areas near Uri. In fact, Bruce, if you will take me over to the iPad, I'll be able to show the VIL product for that storm. In fact, right there, you see that green dot? That could be an area of large hail coming into Monroe County, approaching Alabama Highway 59 and also Alabama Highway 21. Most folks think of Highway 59 as being in southern Baldwin County, but there actually is an extension of Alabama Highway 59 north of Bay Minette and north of the interstate that connects via areas like Chrysler and also Mineola out here in southern Monroe County. Large hail possible in those areas over the next few minutes. Let's go back over to LD1 because we also have another warning for this tiny storm that's basically straddling the county line between Citronelle and Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon is here, Calvert is here, the AMNS ThyssenKrupp plant, what used to be ThyssenKrupp, is right here along US Highway 43. So large hail possible near the AMNS plant near Malcolm and Calvert near the Delta. That storm is moving just like that. No tornado warning out on that at this point, but that's something that we will be watching over the next few minutes. I tell you what, this is clearly the strongest storm in our region, and your possible tornado is going to be right in through here. You kind of see that kidney bean shape associated with this supercell thunderstorm that is basically moving just a little bit to the north of due east. Due east on this map would be a 90-degree angle just like that, and so this is moving just like that, a bit to the north of due east, coming into areas near Kinston. Again, if you know someone in Kinston, this is a tornado warning, not a watch. So you got to do something about it. Take action to protect yourself if you are in Kinston. This is a radar indicated tornado, but the Weather Service is noting that there is a high probability that there's a tornado on the ground in southern Covington County approaching the county line, coming into areas near Oneika and Kinston. Again, if you're just joining us, current time is 1:28 p.m. I'm meteorologist Spinks Megginson, joined alongside executive producer Bruce Thompson. This tornado warning does not include Florala or Lockhart in southern Covington County. This does include Oneika and areas near McRae, north of the Florala Airport, which sits right here. Also, Opp, you are not involved. I realize it's close, and some of these analog, siren systems that sound across the county may be blaring in Opp. There is no tornado danger right now in Opp. And again, y'all know me. I'm a course of least regret type guy. There is no tornado risk right now imminently in Opp, or especially back here in Andalusia. I mean, this thing is so far away from Andalusia, it's about 15 miles to the southeast. So you are fine right now if you are in Andalusia or Opp. This is strictly for areas near Oneika and the US Highway 331 corridor in Covington County. I tell you, we have had a lot of damage across the region this morning. This morning round of thunderstorms was particularly impactful in terms of the damaging wind situation. We had a ton of trees that were knocked down in addition to structures damaged in places like Huxford, even Oneika, currently under the tornado warning now. Oneika had damage this morning, and if you're in Oneika in Covington County, you are involved in that active tornado warning that's going to be valid until 1:45 local time. And again, downwind of this, Another tornado warning is in effect for Geneva and Coffee counties. Possible tornado is going to cross just like that, basically hugging this county line between Geneva and Coffee counties. This is going to come out into areas north of Sampson, most likely, in areas near Kinston. But let me stress, if you're at Sampson, you are involved in this active tornado warning polygon, and we need you to be sheltered right now. In Sampson, in Kinston, same thing at Enterprise. You've also got the big church. I always get confused. Is it Eno or Ino? I tell you, you put me on the spot there, and there's a big Baptist church that sits right there along U.S. Highway 84 east of Opp, and I think it's called Ino. I think it's an Ino and not Eno. But regardless, Ino Baptist Church is right in through here, big Baptist church on Highway 84. Possible tornado is going to likely pass just to the south of there. But if you live near that big church, you know where I'm talking about here in the southwestern flank of Coffee County. You need to be sheltered right now as you are under a tornado warning. Same thing for Enterprise. Enterprise is a larger city to the northwest of Dothan. And if you are in Enterprise or know someone in Enterprise, you tag them in the comments below so they'll know that they're involved in this tornado warning. Getting a report from the Weather Service, it's Ino. There you go. Well, that's good to know. Widespread trees and power lines are down across the city of Janus, which is just across the line over there in Mississippi. That is in Perry County. We'll come back to that in a minute because that's yet another of the many damage reports that we've had across the region. In addition to our tornado-warned storm over here in Covington County, we also have general thunderstorms, in other words, storms below severe limits, in place across much of Escambia County, Alabama, and also central Covington County. This is Stanley. You've also got Libertyville along Alabama Highway 55. Very heavy rain in progress there right now, but no warning with that particular part of the storm. The possible tornado is going to be coming over here very near the county line. In fact, I think if we go back over to our velocity source, if we can do that, please, the iPad, we can see that this thing is basically right on top of the county line. Again, there's Oneika, here's Horn Hill, Babby is right here. Basically from Oneika back to the northwest, there's nothing to worry about right now. Again, if you're near the Andalusia Opp Regional Airport, Horn Hill, Babby, or Opp, this tornado warning is to your south, and this is going to quickly cross into areas. This is the line. It's kind of hard to see, but this is Geneva County right here. This is Coffee County, and this possible tornado is going to be very near that county line, very near the community of Kinston, perhaps near or just north of Sampson. I also have not called out Coffee Springs. If you know someone in Coffee Springs, Alabama, which is in the northern part of Geneva County, north of the city of Geneva, that area is involved in another tornado warning downwind of this. And the reason I keep saying downwind, what happens here, Covington County belongs to the National Weather Service in Mobile in terms of who issues the warnings. But once you cross over into Coffee and Geneva counties, those belong to the National Weather Service in Tallahassee. So your warnings over here actually come from an office in Tallahassee. Regardless, that doesn't matter. All of this area, Enterprise, areas near Sampson, also Coffee Springs, Kinston, involved in an active tornado warning until 2 o'clock. Due to a possible tornado crossing out of Covington County, coming into Coffee and Geneva counties. Let's go back over to LD1, and I'll show you a wide view across the region of what has happened. You remember this morning we had this big, bad batch of thunderstorms that crossed our area from northwest, moved off to the southeast, and kind of stalled right in through here near the Alabama-Florida line. What has happened? Those storms are long gone over in Georgia and North Florida, but we're seeing round 2 of 2 develop in terms of the overall severe weather threat. We could have more tornado warnings over the next few hours, even though we're just now finishing this one in southern Covington County near Oneika and Green Bay, about to cross into Geneva and Coffee counties. Could have more tornado warnings from these developing storms over the next few hours. It's going to be interesting to see if these supercell thunderstorms that are currently prompting severe thunderstorm warnings, if those can become tornadic, we better buckle up, because I have a sneaking suspicion that if that happens, we could be in for a rough road. However, if not, the Storm Prediction Center has issued this severe thunderstorm watch, and that's different from a tornado watch. The big difference, obviously, is that your main threats in a severe thunderstorm watch is from severe thunderstorms, damaging straight line winds and large hail, and not tornadoes. And you know, in the assessment of the Storm Prediction Center, they have chosen to issue a severe thunderstorm watch for our entire local area, from Stone County, Mississippi, all the way back over to Dothan. Everybody is involved in this severe thunderstorm watch, including all of Northwest Florida and the Florida Panhandle region, including Walton, Washington County, Florida, Holmes, and Jackson counties here in the Florida Panhandle, in addition to much of South and Central Alabama. Good news to pass along. Let's go back over to our radar source here, because the tornado warning for Covington County is now off the board. It has been canceled by the Weather Service. Why? Because the storm has now moved into Coffee and Geneva counties. If you're near Ino, same thing near Kinston, Sampson, you folks need to be in that tornado safe place right now, as there's a possible tornado basically near Kinston, very much to the southeast of Opp, moving off to the east at about 45 miles per hour. These storms are moving fairly quickly today, and so the good news is, if you get a storm in your location, it's going to be moving fairly rapidly. And again, the main road in through here that comes down from Opp, that runs to Sampson, this is going to be Alabama Highway 52, right in through here. 52 connects Opp down to Sampson, and so we would tell you no driving at this point out of Opp, going to the east, or southeast I should say, down Alabama Highway 52 all the way, let's say basically to Geneva, because again, there is a portion of Highway 52 south of Sampson involved in this tornado warning. It's kind of hard to see the reflectivity on this particular radar view, because this is the Mobile radar site. Let's go over to our iPad source. I think this gives you a better view of this thing. And again, you're looking at the reflectivity. Possible tornado is going to be right in through here on the southwestern flank of this supercell thunderstorm that has developed. Possible tornado is going to be moving basically just like that, coming into areas near Enterprise and Clay Hatchie here over in southeast Alabama over the next hour or so. Again, moving fairly quickly. Let's check on our other storms that we have ongoing. Again, there's your possible tornado basically straddling the line between Kinston and Sampson. So those two communities certainly need to be in your tornado safe place right now. Lowest floor, site-built structure away from windows and doors. We want you to put as many walls as you possibly can between you and the outside world. Let's actually look at this view. This is the reflectivity view off the high-resolution level 2 radar data. And look at what's happening. You're seeing more in the way of thunderstorms firing up, basically from Milton and Pace back over to areas here near Daphne and Spanish Fort to the north, basically all the way up to Beatrice. You've got these intermittent showers and thunderstorms forming. It's raining pretty heavily where I am in Bruton, Alabama, due to this storm that's currently moving by. It is under severe limits. At this point, let me check this before I say this. Yeah, we have no active severe thunderstorm warning for any part of Covington County. So again, if you're in Covington County, you are A-OK. Let's go back over to LD1. The only severe thunderstorm warning that we have in our local area is due to that. And I realize that looks like a small little storm, but I can tell you that small little storm could be producing large hail coming into areas near Alabama Highway 21, south of Monroeville. This is going to pass south of Monroeville and south of Mexie, coming into areas near Frisco City, Excel, McGargle, Uri, areas near J.U. Blacksher School, right there in Uri, under the gun from large hail with this storm. This is southern Monroe County in through here. That's 21 right here. This is Alabama Highway 59. You go over into Conecuh County there. That's Alabama Highway 41. So all of those areas that I just called out, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning due to the fact that we could have large hail coming into areas near Uri and areas near J.U. Blacksher School right here in the southern side of Monroe County. That is the only warning that we have, and I realize that technically does clip a part of northern Escambia County, Alabama, but it's safe to say at this point this storm is going to pass to the north of Escambia County and remain in Monroe and Conecuh counties over the next hour. So again, that's a severe thunderstorm warning and not a tornado warning. And look, over the next few hours, I would imagine we are going to trend towards more of a situation where we have severe thunderstorm warnings in our area. I was talking to Bruce a minute ago off camera, and the helicity values with this particular system, in other words, veering of the winds with height. That's what you have to have for tornado formation, and those values are a bit higher off to our east. Those values for our area are now a bit lower. However, parameters for large hail and damaging straight line winds remain pretty high across our local area. So again, as of 1:40 p.m., I'm meteorologist Spinks Megginson, joined alongside Bruce Thompson, and we have no active tornado warnings for any part of southwest Alabama and northwest Florida. There is an ongoing tornado warning for southeast Alabama for parts of Coffee and Geneva counties for the next 15 to 20 minutes, as a storm that has moved out of Covington has now crossed the county line and moved exclusively into Coffee and Geneva counties. I'm pulling up this display so that I can better highlight what I'm talking about in terms of the overall tornado risk. And Bruce, if you'll take my map book full, please, that would be appreciated. You don't have that as a source, all right? Let me turn it on. That would be helpful. There you go. You should have it in just a second if you don't already. There we go. So this is coming from the mesoanalysis page of the Storm Prediction Center. And you see all these lines in through here. Those represent higher values of helicity in the atmosphere. I can actually move this forward. That's what you're looking at right now, and watch what happens. I'll move it forward, and you see those values moving out of our local area. And so what that tells me is that we probably are shifting to more of a damaging straight line wind threat over the next few hours, in addition to the potential for large hail. Let's go back over to LD1. And this storm in Monroe County remains pretty small. You know, when you start to see these storms really ramp up and become larger, that's when you grow more concerned about the overall tornado risk. But this thing remains very small. Still could have some hail in through here near J.U. Blacksher and near Uri in southern Monroe County, but it remains pretty weak, to be completely honest, as this storm continues to move off to the northeast. But in an atmosphere like what we're seeing today, it is important to respect these polygons, right? And this is a severe thunderstorm warning. So again, if you're under a warning, a severe thunderstorm warning, you need to be inside, away from windows, and that includes places like Uri, McGargle, Frisco City, Excel, Range, Repton, Lenox, Belleville, Evergreen, Old Sparta, J Villa, also Sandcut, Castleberry, Barnett's Crossroads, involved in that severe thunderstorm warning that's valid for the next few minutes. Seeing a heavier downpour right now in the northern part of the greater Bruton area. Wouldn't be surprised if there was some small pea-sized hail perhaps in areas near North Bruton coming out into areas near Kirkland over the next few minutes. No warning out on that storm as of now, but certainly one we will be keeping an eye on over the next little bit. Let's actually see if we can shift radar sources here and check out our tornado warning over in southeast Alabama. Once you cross out of Covington and go over into Coffee and Geneva counties, that becomes the territory responsibility of the Dothan television market. And so hopefully they're on covering this storm, but your possible tornado is right in through here, basically just south of I-9, north of Sampson, straddling the county line, moving just like that. That could be a big issue for areas near or perhaps just south of the city of Enterprise in Coffee County over the next 5 minutes. So say that you've just come on this live stream. If you know someone in Enterprise, tag them in the comments below and tell them that they are involved in an active tornado warning due to this possible tornado right in through here, having just passed Alabama Highway 52, coming into areas near Enterprise over the next 5 minutes. Let's talk about what you can expect over the next few hours, because again, we are looking at a situation that is becoming more of a damaging straight line wind threat as opposed to a tornado risk. And that's why you have a severe thunderstorm watch instead of a tornado watch in place for all of our local counties. Does not matter specifically where you are. If you're watching in South Alabama or Northwest Florida, you are now involved in an active severe thunderstorm watch. That includes Washington, Clark, Monroe, Conecuh, Butler, Crenshaw, Covington, Escambia, Baldwin, Mobile counties, in addition to Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, Walton, Holmes, Washington, and Jackson counties in the Florida Panhandle and Northwest Florida, respectively. Don't be surprised to see more storms firing up in this region of West Alabama, in addition to what we've got going on here near the community of Damascus, back over to areas near Luango. Big thunderstorm there. In fact, let's check that out before we get out of here, just to make sure we're not about to get another tornado warning. Certainly could have some hail near the confluence of the Sapulga River, which runs right in through here. This is the Conecuh River, and where those two rivers meet is just north of the McGowan Bridge in eastern Escambia County, Alabama, along US Highway 29. Large hail possible, and I say large hail, perhaps up to the size of a nickel in diameter, coming into areas near Hopewell Baptist Church, and also out here just to the south of Luango, to the west of Andalusia. Let's look at it on velocity, which will tell the tale of our overall tornado risk there. And Bruce, if you'll take me back over to the iPad, we'll show this storm. No warning out on this at this particular moment as of 1:46 p.m., but we are noting that there is some broad, it remains broad, rotation that's about to move into areas near Carolina. So again, no warning out on that at this point. If we get a tornado warning, take me back over to LD1. If we get a tornado warning, we'll come back on Facebook Live to bring you the latest. But as of 1:46 p.m., we simply have no active tornado warnings for any part of our local area. Again, the minute we get a tornado warning, you know the drill. We'll come straight back on and bring you the latest. On behalf of all of us at Red Zone Group LLC, I'm meteorologist Spinks Megginson saying goodbye for now. Hope to see you soon.